So first off, subscribe to the fl0m Clips and Highlights channel. I don't even know what Sicko sent me, but I'm gonna read through all of it. I know that they made some changes to VRS, so I think he wants me to look at this and actually formulate a decent opinion. That might happen, it might not. Valve redefines tournaments main stage, makes changes to invites and wildcards. VRS invites in Americas and Asia can now be equally distributed into subregions. That seems like a good move. Valve has made several changes to the VRS system, most notably invitation requirements, wildcard teams, and regional subregions. Valve also redefined the main stage of a tournament, defining it as the stage of a tournament past which no roster enter, i.e., rosters are only eliminated past this point. Oh. So that's going to change, like, the play-ins, quote unquote, right? Redefine the main stage of a tournament, defining it as the stage of a tournament past which no rosters enter. Yeah, so that would mean play-ins are not main stage of a tournament, correct? I think that's what that means. Priorities for VRS teams have also been laid out. For instance, wildcard invites and teams from open qualifiers must enter the tournament at or before the first stage featuring VRS invites. And VRS teams must be invited in rank order. Teams invited by VRS will also have to start at the tournament stage according to the VRS rankings, meaning that a directly invited VRS roster cannot start at a later stage than another directly invited VRS roster with a higher VRS rank. Okay. That kind of makes sense. Yeah. Okay. For seeding within a stage tournament, operators will use global VRS ranking if it is available. Why would it not be? Oh, maybe for like the subregions and stuff. That's interesting. There it is. This would be theoretically affect events like ESL Pro League, where teams make their own seedings, although ESL had that previously as an exception, has not been notified that there's to be any change moving forward. Closed qualies have been deleted from the manual's definition, but the VRS priorities in the definition of the main stage mentioned above give TOs the tools to set up their own open qualifiers in multi-stage tournaments. Regarding the changes to wildcard invites, for every 8 rosters invited from a VRS, 2 eligible rosters can be invited to a tournament as wildcards. That sounds like they're opening up more overall invites for events, which is a good thing. And any invited team must now fall under the following criteria: at least 3 players who individually were members of a top 8 roster on an invite VRS list at any time during the preceding 6 months. It is placed first or second in any tournament of equal or lesser tier than the one issuing the event during the preceding 6 months. If the TOs include wildcard invites or open qualifiers, these rosters must enter the tournament at or before the first stage featuring a VRS invite. If there are VRS invites, a minimum of 2 rosters must be invited from any single VRS list. When it comes to the VRS list in Americas and Asia, they now have subregions: North America and South America on one hand, and Oceania, East Asia, and West Asia on the other. Invites may be equally split among subregions if the TO chooses to use them. One team, example would be one team from NA and one from... So, okay, yeah. The invites invited from other subregions must have a core with the citizenship from the said subregion. So it seems like they're trying to address adding more invites, creating like a more clear structure for like when the main stage is, and dictate like people can't like leapfrog things. They need to like follow the VRS system all the way through, and then you can also have more freedom in the subregions with your invites and your ability to invite teams. But before I get to that, I'm gonna read somebody smarter than me talk about this. Yeah, okay, so he just kind of broke it down. I'm just seeing if he has like... Feels like this change does solve a lot of issues that have been present for the Americas and SA regions. However, most tier 1 events with 16 slots will be unlikely to extend 3 different invites to solely Asia to allow any subdivision. So likely just keeps the slots being Asia. Oh, I get what he's saying a little bit there. Okay. And then Valve seemed to reinforce the opening stages of Katowice, Cologne, EPL, majors are indeed and consider close qualities with this following change. Yep, okay. New addition would appear to remove the self team seating. Yeah, okay. So there wasn't... Okay, I was actually curious to see if he had more in there, just because Messioso, for those of you who don't know, he's a GM of Complexity, but he used to do, as you can see in his, Twitter bios or everything, but he basically used to be like league admin rules man for Blast ESL. So he knows how to navigate, and like he'll explain it to you like you're stupid, which is perfect for me if needed. But overall, this seems like good changes, and I can't keep stressing this enough. What are we at? We're at 2 months. I know people hate the new system. I think it's fair to be upset with the new system, especially teams like M80, for example, who are like, VRS is dog shit and it's terrible because they played with Keto one time and got marked as an EU team. Like, that's dumb, right? Like, because they had a player with a leg broken. But It is February 19th, and we're already getting tweaks and adjustments to VRS that seemingly, at least from my elementary understanding and initial glance, they're already trying to make changes in a positive way to tweak things and adjust them that make it less painful for teams and events. Especially, it seems like they're trying to open it up a little bit immediately, especially for the smaller regions like where, I'm at in North America, right? Like this is a lot of changes for the smaller regions, not really something that affects EU too much. Obviously, the invites and the VRS order of invites is important, but I always like to be glass half full. So for all the people that are always hating, it's like, this is killing Counter Strike. Guys, I just want to say we're in February of this new system basically, and we're already getting adjustments. Obviously, I'm paid by Big Valve. Gaben will be sending me a yacht for me saying one singular nice thing and saying they're doing a good job of making tweaks a couple months in. But yeah, I think it's good. I think these are great changes. I don't know how anybody would be like super upset. I'm sure there will be another flaw in the system that we're going to see here shortly, and we'll continue to see. Like I said, the M80 thing with Keto filling in for a player that broke his leg, like stuff like that is going to continue to pop up, and we just got to see how they continue to evolve the ranking system. But for now, this is good change. Good change.